Gentlemen and ladies and everyone in between, thank you so much for tuning in with MC Anovia T, brought to you by Future Octave Radio, iHeartRadio, bringing you the sweetest juice always with the sweeter the juice. All right, ladies and gentlemen, what is up? Thank you for tuning in with me. Of course, Anovia T, MC Anovia Tebow at your servicio. And I'm coming at you with some sweet juice tonight, ladies and gentlemen. It's more like some nice sangria tonight. This is the first night that I'm getting at you. It's like 8:55 p.m. EST. You feel me? We get into a nice 9 p.m. feel. I should have brought my house slippers and my bathrobe. Oh my goodness. It has been such a week. And now we're at Monday and already such a week. How's everybody feeling? How was everybody's Easter weekend? Are we all cleansed of our sins and we right back again, huh? I am feeling replenished. However, I came in on a 9 p.m. night to get at y'all because I want to get cozy. I want to get way more connected. Shout out to all of you who have been a part of my fan base since day one, right? And also those of you who are new and tuning in with iTunes, iHeartRadio, of course, Future Octave Radio, and just showing me so much love. I was looking at our Facebook page, and I have gotten so much love. I'm up to 500 with y'all. That means you really getting the message. Look how many of y'all sipping on the juice. Not in like no cult way. What was that dude's name? Jim Jones? We not getting at it like that. But I'm down for y'all because you down for me. We have Dooney today also in the studio, my dog. I'll be posting some pictures on him on my Instagram page. Get at me at Super Tio Nova on Instagram. Now, let's get back into what we were talking about on this late night show. Y'all got your hot cocoa? It was raining a couple nights ago and it was so soothing. And it brought me to this realization that when was the last time I went out and did something that I like to do? And it made me actually think about all of the people in my life and how busy we are. And every time I talk to somebody and how you been, it's usually followed by a long list of things in which they've been trying to check off. When is the last time, y'all, we stopped looking at that list and stop checking and making sure that we got that oil change and that we did that homework for that night, or that we filed this child support, or that we made sure to go and do whatever, like a dog has been walked? Like, when was the last time we just put his ass in the backyard and just really did something that we like to do? Not saying that we don't love our pets. I honestly take mine everywhere, which is why he's here tonight. But when was the last time we stopped focusing so much on getting the things that we have to do done and just doing what we want to do? I mean, I've been doing what I want to do since I was basically born. Shout out to my lovely family for embracing the art of being free. But there are so many people, I think, that just haven't given themselves the time of freedom. So with this rain, I was thinking of the Fleetwood Mac song, the dreaming and the cleansing, right? I was like, I'm going to do what I want to do. I actually spent my weekend aimlessly driving basically nowhere. Last night I got lost, ended up in some city called Woodland or something. I didn't like Woodland. I needed to get out of there. I saw like 5 sheriffs within a span of 20 minutes. So I was like, all right, we got to go. Enough joyriding. I also went to the Bay Area. Y'all, when was the last time we connected with people in which we might have just lost touch with? Communication, with it being retrograde, y'all know how I got to get down. Communication these days has been off in some aspects, I think, but also, are we reconnecting? And if not, don't be afraid to reach out to people in which you might have, just haven't checked up on. Check up on people. Don't have too much pride to see how you're doing, because you never know what may happen. You never know what exchanges in life and what epiphanies you both have reached together yourselves. Okay, but along my expedition, I got a little story to tell for y'all. Yesterday, not even a story, a little side rant, actually. Being Stockton location, I went to the docks. There's a place off of 8 Mile in which there's water. There's a delta. Stockton is known for having delta. That's our big body of water. I like ocean personally. I like shit popping off of rocks and and exploding, and because, of course that happens at the beach. Shit explodes at the beach. I like seeing seals, and I just love the ambiance, basking in the waves and potentially knowing that I could get sucked into one, and I'm not a good swimmer. The most I can do is doggy paddle. But I had to settle, and I went to the docks and parked up, me and my duders. Real nice. Went and parked, right? I did see some signs saying no parking, but at the same time, I saw some signs saying no fishing. And what do I see? I see groups all over the place. Everybody fishing. Everybody, it's catfish season or something. It looked like everybody happy. I see some barbecues, grills going, and all I want to do is burn some incense in my car with my dog. Dude, come say what's up. Come say what's up. Let the people see you. Hi, sweetie. Come here. Yes, me and Duders yesterday's. Dude is focused on the pizza that is in the room. We went and just wanted to bask, right? We pull up, the sunset's going down. It's like 5:30. It's looking real sweet, and I have needed this time. I didn't want to do my animal husbandry homework. I don't want to fucking learn about pigs. I don't feel like going down the anatomy of a chicken. What I feel like doing is replenishing myself and watching this beautiful sunset and these people fishing. Okay, I even went and gave some of my blessings to the filthy delta. I was like, you know what? Let me go just get a better look at this water. And then my dog went to jump in. So I decided maybe we'll go back in the car. So I went on the passenger seat. Ladies and gentlemen, know this. If you are a participant in the prop, the 64 or anything like that, not saying that I do, not saying that I advocate, but keys out of the ignition, and if you're by yourself, you probably want to get out and like chill. I got on the passenger side and I am the driver, right? That's how chilling I was. I'm reclined. I got my back door open for my dog. I've been here for like 30 minutes. I decided to put on Aretha Franklin, real low, real slow, nothing too major, because remember, I'm basking. I'm not here to play Migos. I'm here to reflect. So I got Aretha Franklin on. It's her greatest hits album, by the way, so I'm really feeling it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm getting down. Like, what's that song? I don't even know. I was, like, in the spirit, honestly. That's how connected I was. And all of a sudden, as I'm hitting a high note, and I have just sparked my second incense, and my dog is peeing on something, this woman pulls up in this Lincoln, right? It's this nice burgundy Lincoln. And I'm caught off guard. I'm shocked, honestly. I perk up and I'm like, oh my God, hi, I wave. And she gets out so hostile. So hostile. This woman is so hostile. The amount of hostility kind of scared me, right? Especially since I'm in my prime and I'm loving myself and Aretha Franklin is playing and I'm feeling the respect that is being given. No, this lady hops out like I am doing something. Like I don't know. I got some tiki torches going and I'm about to start a party and I got techno music going and I'm going to have all my white friends come and we all about to do acid and we about to do a rain dance and like why are you coming at me like this? So she hops out. Her husband's also in the passenger seat. He's chilling. He's not really, he acts like he's going to get out, but he doesn't give a fuck. Honestly, I can tell that she was the one that had a problem. So, excuse me, can you read? Okay, you're not about to kill what I got going on. You're not about to kill this vibe. Yes. Y'all, the key to success, give people a little more respect than they deserve, especially when they being assholes. Because you will immediately see them reflect into them. Like, they'll go into themselves. So, she's here. And I'm like, yes, I can read, ma'am. I'm sorry. Is this your property? Yes, it is. Oh, I'm sorry. I just noticed everyone else fishing and all of this, and I didn't want to, invade on anything. I'm not doing anything. My dog is here. We're just having a good time. It's been a rough day, and it was a rough day yesterday. She does not care. She disregards all of that. Okay, well, you can see that it says that there's no parking here, so I'm going to ask you to leave. You need to vacate, and I don't know, there's somewhere else you can drive down the street and park. And I'm just like, wow, you are basically telling me not only to leave your premises, but to leave where I'm at basking. Who do you think you are? At that moment, I was already irritated because I've been dealing with, like I said, the retrograde brings lots of feelings of entitlement and ego and kind of even sensitive. I've been dealing with a lot of miscommunication and a lot of people taking my, need for understanding a wrong way. So me telling this woman, like, I'm just here because, it's been a long day, and her coming back with me that this is my property, knowing, first of all, no, it's not. I don't care if you paid $1 million for this. You will never own this. This could be blown away. An earthquake could come through. The Dust Bowl could come back and your ass be gone. Everything, all of everything. It's just we don't realize that being courteous needs to be brought back. That woman saw me there for a long time, and y'all know how I know. I did leave. I didn't disrespect her. We have to make a statement in a different way. Like I said, give respect when it's honestly not deserved. You'll have an amazing outcome. So I left. She told me there's another farmer somewhere who doesn't care if you park on his land. I went over there. Man, my view was covered by a whole bunch of houseboats, a whole bunch of old people just looking all old. I think somebody was even having a poker game. I don't want to look at your poker game. I came to look at the sunset. So I'm sitting there, and then I see where this Lincoln has pulled up, and I'm like, oh my goodness. This woman has been peeping. She's from this building's like a 3-story huge building. And I see them on their balcony, the same couple in which told me to leave, watching me. This is my indication that, okay, y'all were looking for a long time and just bothered at the fact that I solely was not doing anything. Why do people have to be so in people's business? Why can't you just live your life? I wasn't bothering you. And once you came and you saw that I was a person with genuine intentions, I gave you the respect that you did not give me. This woman seemed like no shame to my Second Amendment people, but I was afraid she was going to pop out with some concealed carry shit. I was like, look, you are more of a threat right now than I am, especially at the fact that you have me cornered in here. I rolled down my window and you are out of your vehicle. So as the sun is going down and I'm loving all of this, I decide, you know what, fuck this. Yep, I'm taking back my right. I have a right to be, especially when I'm seeing homeboy. It's a nice family, a Latino family. Not saying that that's important, but it is something to realize, right? She didn't go over and say anything to them. And I'm going somewhere with this, because y'all could be like, maybe that's not her property. I'm going somewhere with this. I'm always going somewhere with this. I go into everything in great detail, right? So I decide, okay, I'm about to go over to where your building section is. I'm not going to go and intimidate you. You have to stand your ground, y'all. Don't go in, because believe I was pissed. I was so upset. I wanted to go and knock on their door and be like, so this is where you were watching me? What? Where your binoculars at? Where can I get the telescope that you have that can somehow see 1,000 feet away, bitch? Where do I get this technology? And why are you such a hater? Can I get some of the Franzia in which you're sipping that makes you feel so entitled? So, but instead I went because, like I said, there were houseboats. I went and approached these men. Hi, how are you guys? They looked at me, and at first I got nothing, no remarks. Okay, so I'm seeing that this is a neighborhood of people. She puts people in homes that are like herself. But that doesn't deter me. Guys, I was taught, and I want it to be taught to all of you, that sometimes, like I'm saying, advocate, stand your ground. These men were not going to talk to me. I said, excuse me, like 6 times and continued to, and changed my voice to more polite every single time, not more hostile, because I was not coming there to be hostile. They turned finally, and they explained to me everything. Once I told them I was just kicking it, what's going on, who owns what, who is she, they were like, oh, that bitch. And it calmed me down once I got this explanation, because I was able to actually find out, okay, this woman is just bitter and mad all the time. And I was able to find out that she does not own the property. She owns all of the property that's like in front of the gate. So beyond the sign that said no parking, she doesn't own that. Why are people so yo ass? You do not own none of this acreage in this background. None of these cows. And by the way, I didn't even see any. And she should be lucky, because if I did, I would have said hello. I love animals and I love cows especially. But anyways, she had nothing better to do. She has all of this. She's got a beautiful view. She's got a husband. She had a nice, like I said, burgundy vehicle. She could have went and had a joyride instead of fucking with me. So once I found this out, I went back to where I did, reverse. I left my dog bowl there. I emptied out all of my things, all of the contents, made sure to light back up an incense, finished my song, okay? Finished my herbal remedy. And what I do, I look over and I see them on their balcony, seething. I could basically see the steam coming out of their ears, right? And I don't do this just out of spite. Like I said, I do this because who do you think you are? You think you just own the earth, huh? And once I find out that you own all of the fences that everyone else is fishing on, and you didn't go ask them, do they see the signs that say no fishing, or can they read or insult their intelligence? You simply came and messed with me. Okay, so I'm going to take this back. And I know you calling the police, so I made it a very quick endeavor. But then I had to, I felt so good and so impactful with just that statement, because I did not go off and I did not be belligerent, and I did my own evidence, and I went off of what I felt, which was disrespected. But listen, I'm going to make you reflect and think about your actions, especially since I'm gone. By the time the police arrive, what are they going to be? They're going to be like, lady, there's no one here. And if anything, you done messed it up for all the people that were fishing and getting their nice filthy Delta catfish. Look at you. You have ruined everybody's night, So I got a problem. Essentially, my problem is not only with all of this entitlement, but when is it cool to speak up and when is it not cool? When is advocacy cool? Being PC, for my listeners and my viewers that do not know, PC is politically correct. Okay, but politically correct, that involves being informed. When is it okay? And not okay, when is it necessary to come through and break these boundaries? And when are you essentially just making yourself look like an asshole and like you don't know things? This woman, she wasn't advocating for anything. She was the bigot in this situation. I must say, I don't care how anyone else may feel. If property owners out there, whatever it is, I'm going to own property one day. I do own property. I own a vehicle. Okay, if someone was smoking or just so happened to be burning incense next to my vehicle, what am I going to do? Like, okay, if you're on my vehicle, that's a bigger issue. We're going to talk about it. This is property. This is land. You know what I mean? Like, oh my goodness. So, white people, that's another thing I really got to get at. We not getting on no discriminatory type of stuff. And also, for those that are like, that's racist, there's no such thing as being racist against a white person. I'm sorry, you can be prejudiced, but you can't be racist. Prejudice is, I'm choosing to go off of stereotypes. That's based off of ignorance, okay? But racism is, okay, you are black, so you are going to steal things. Basically, I will not hire you. Racism is things in which press you down. Prejudice is more so, okay, you're blonde, you're going to be stupid, but that's not going to stop you from getting a job. You're blonde, so you're attractive. You see, there's also other leadways out of this. My problem is, what's up with y'all just feeling that, that you can just come and ruin everything for everyone else because of your entitlement? That's my problem, okay? Entitlement issues in a general, but I could not help but see the fact that there are people of all different colors around me except for melanated like myself, and I am the one in which you come for. I don't know. That could have been anyone, right? I got into the perspective. Y'all know how I am. I was like, okay, maybe let's turn this into a Punjabi woman or a Latino woman or even another black person. I don't know. I couldn't really think. I couldn't think of anyone else's behavior in this way. Except for the colonizer. No, I'm joking. But listen to me really. There's been a lot of scenarios. Just last week, I was at the DMV, okay, doing some DMV shit that nobody likes to do. The line was almost out of the door. Okay, but I'm happy. I'm going in here because I know that everyone else can be agitated. So in a space that can be so frictionated and so much hateration up in the dancery, you gotta dance, right? So I'm in there. I'm not being obnoxious. I'm not being loud. I'm not playing music like some of the people that were behind me. I'm just smiling at the people who look at me. I'm smiling at the people that smile at me. I'm radiating my pleasance, right? And there is this man in front of me. He's an older man. He's an older white man. And he looks and he turns behind me and he looks at me really good. And I smile at him because I think he's cute. He kind of reminded me of the little man from Up. And I was going to ask him, what he was doing. And then he mugged the shit out of me. I was like, whoa, And I'm taught not only just out of respect, if you're an elder, I can't really do anything about you mugging me. And also, that's an indication that your ass is just mad. I mean, I'm pretty mad about being here too. Nobody likes to be at the DMV, but why'd you gotta look at me like that? And then y'all, within 2.5 seconds, 2.5 milliseconds, I get this smell of like sulfur. This like burning hell egg sulfur, this like tuna fish salad that's been left in the work break room for 2 weeks, and somebody got mad and quit the job, so the refrigerator ain't been cleaned. And oh my goodness, my nose hairs, and I don't even have any, but the few that I did have disintegrated. This man ripped the shit out. Literally, he needed to go to the bathroom. He farted right in front of me. I was hurt. And that was his defense mechanism. For what? For what? And some people are like, okay, wait, how do you know? I know it because not only was it audible, but he looked back at me after doing so. Just a little glance, because I guess nobody wants to be that open about their flatulence, but he needed me to know, yeah, bitch, that was aimed at you. And I'm there, I'm holding my tongue. I don't really have, there's not much I can say. There's not much I can do. I want to leave, but like I said, this line is out the door, and I'm at least in the corridor. Like, I'm no longer outside, but this man has farted. You feel so entitled. You mad that I'm behind you in line? Do you realize that you could have got a handicap pass and been in the front? And I was going to help you with that. I was getting ready to tell you that, sir, you can actually go to the front and let them know it, but you just ripped one. Now I'm not going to tell you shit, and I'm hurt. My feelings hurt. Everything's hurt. And I was mad. I was truly insulted because, okay, it's one thing. I've had it, I've farted in a room. I remember being 4th grade and tooted, you feel me, during the story time. I had to fart on the bus a couple times, but there's a difference between trying to contain it and being considerate and, just kind of taking one for the team and just flat out just being disrespectful with it. And it's all because you looked behind me and saw a young black woman and decided not only you're going to mug me, but you're going to ruin my day even further. And he's probably going to be here. He already looked like he was 1,000 years old. He's probably got another 1,000 years coming. I'm just saying. So I got a lot of stuff to go on with that, guys. I got so many stories and so many spiels. But with that coming last week and then my piece trying to be infiltrated yesterday on a Sunday, and today is Monday, and I gotta start my week again. I have to address it, y'all. We have to know when it's okay to advocate. At that point, there was no need for me to say anything. What am I gonna do? Call him out about farting? Sir, I know what you just... I can't, we both know. You and I both know. But like I said, I took note that this man is going to be here another 1,000 years just as mad. And then they probably going to take his license away. They might take it today because he's just too damn old. You shouldn't be driving anyway. Jesus, take the wheel. But I did not take it personal. I did, actually. I'm lying. I took it very personal. But I did not react. There was no need to advocate for myself at that point. That would have just caused a belligerency, and then there would have been people staring at me for calling out an old man. You know what I mean? But then, okay, there's going back and finishing where you started because somebody's just being a fucking hater. So what people need to stop doing, okay? Microcolloquisms. Do we all know what those are? Microcolloquisms are when I'm talking to you, you are a different race than me, different ethnic background, different everything, and all of a sudden, hey, how are you doing? Hey, let's give a super... Victoria. Hi, Victoria. How you doing today? How's your day going? Girl, my day, I need to go get my nails done, and my man has just been tripping, and ooh, is that, what did you do with your weave? I'm gonna have to take a step back from you, Victoria. Okay, and then there's taking a step back from Victoria and just not fucking with her anymore. But then, does that make an impact? What does Victoria learn? I'm going somewhere with this, y'all. Advocacy, my spiels and things are not for no reason. It's not just because I wanted someone to know that someone farted in my face. No. Okay? A microcolloquism is an example of something that a super PC person, politically correct. I know all about poverty, and I know all about gentrification, and I know all about, gender equality and the difference between a transgendered person and a transvestite and all of blah, blah, blah. And the list goes on. But then yo ass comes over here and changes your whole dialect and your whole mannerism because you see me, a black woman in front of you who is normal. No stereotype, no ebonics coming out of my mouth, Victoria, because I'm a human being, and you just change yourself to kind of make yourself parallel to me. You just gave me a distaste. So what I want us to stop doing is, rather than let Victoria, because she thinks she's so smart, and especially to our friends and the people in our circle and the people in which we surround ourselves by, okay? The people in which I'm getting ready to go a lot of different ways with cultural appropriation, but really call out the appropriators, okay? Nigga is not your word because you grew up in the hood in Stockton or in Detroit or in Chicago or anything. Nigga is not your word because your people were not enslaved. I'm sorry. Just like wey is not my word, or, pinche pendeja or en serio, or like, like whatever it is, Or what else do I know? Yakachu bublik. That means give me a bagel in Russian. So it's not really relatable. But still, other things, and that's like me taking things from your culture, from your language. Me bindis, wearing a bindi and calling it a fashion statement. It is the same thing, okay? So we have to, rather than let Victoria just go ahead with this, why not call Victoria out? Let her finish these things. And then, Victoria, hi, I would like it if you don't touch my hair. And I know it's hard, but this is what we have to start doing. This is the new age wave. So many beautiful things are being manifested, but also so many things are changing as far as people and their carelessness. People may not even realize, about. People don't know themselves. People may think that they just know everything. Me, a lot of the times I think I know everything under the sun, and then some shit backfires and I done parked in front of a fire hydrant. This was a couple years ago. But right, I'm like, no, I know where I can park. There's a spot right there, and my car done been towed. Okay, you don't know everything. Sometimes you have to read, and sometimes you have to listen to the people that are around you, okay? But especially to those of us who want to show us love and who call themselves a part of our circle, you have to correct Victoria. You have to correct this behavior and let her know, do not touch my hair. Also let her know, bro, this is not a weave. This is a lace front, and this costs more than your paycheck that you getting for this week. Biznatch. Also, don't let her know that, because that's none of her business, but still internalize that. That's just how I feel. That's also annoying. Box braids, that's not a weave. Whatever. People need to read up on their stuff if they want to call themselves so informed. But that's a time to advocate, okay? A time not to, there's always a time to advocate. That's the time to advocate for yourself, but also for people that aren't like you. Okay, the trans community. I am not transgendered, okay? And this is one thing. I was having a conversation with one of my peers. We were talking about the person in which I was talking to was not familiar with the term cisgendered. I was explaining to her that cisgendered is me. I am a cisgendered woman, meaning I have not gone through any transitional process, meaning I identify myself as a woman, not only in gender, that is my gender identity. I am a cisgendered woman, meaning I am not a transgendered woman. I am not a non-binary individual. Give me some more, whatever it is in which I am missing. I am just a cisgendered woman. And there was kind of some, why do I need a title? Why do I need something? Why can I not? I'm just a woman. Why do I need to label myself as a cisgendered anything? Or why does there need to be a term for me? And I must admit, when I was first becoming aware, okay, to the trans community, because I have trans friends and I have things like, and it's very much something in which is prevalent. Trans is beautiful, but trans is also it's not a lifestyle. These are human beings in which have gone through a transition, and how dare you demean them in any other way or try to figure out or question, why do I have to label myself or no, it's not anything like that. Okay. It is simply me respecting you and knowing that I will never fully understand, but giving you the respect that you deserve. Okay, it's the same thing. Advocacy. If I see someone being rude to a trans person or calling it you're a tranny, or making some just dumbass remark, making yourself not only look like an ass, but really portraying hatred right now and putting someone else down in which you do not know, I'm going to advocate for you. I'm not going to sit here and narrate your whole life and talk about you don't know this person. No, but I'm going to tell you to shut the fuck up. Okay, I'm going to perk myself up. And then I'm going to make you feel real shame then by taking my tone down a lot octave lower once I have your attention. And making you realize, do you understand that this is a human being? Do you understand that there are some people who feel like that's your mother since she's in a wheelchair, that she's a nuisance and she should no longer be on this earth? There are people like that. And how would you think of them? Them not understanding that your mother, is paraplegic and has not ever been able to walk since she was born, but you know this. And they will never understand this. See, things that are just that simple, these examples, these metaphors, these things in which we can drop. And then simply walking away and walking away with that person. This could be a complete stranger. When is it okay to advocate? When is it okay to go out there and take up? And when is it time for you to shut the fuck up? And I can tell you when that is time. Okay, when that is time. October 31st, Halloween of last year, 2017. Okay, my nationality, ethnic background, yes, I am black, okay? But the diaspora is beyond African. I am also Native American and a lot of other different things, but in which most I resonate with because it is very much so prevalent in my background. Hotline blinging. I am Native American, Blackfoot to be specific. Now, of those of us in which are informed, okay, it is not easy to be able to dig up your roots and things like that when they have been erased off of the face of the earth, as well as the rest of your heritage because you were enslaved. And this goes out to anybody of any nationality, especially my Latino community. How do they expect you to be able to prove this in things when you were colonized as well? Or, things just get washed away. We don't know things. That's why we have Ancestry.com and all of these other things to test these things. But why do I have to go and prove this to you? So as I walk into my art class, I am Native American. This is my attire. And there's a lot in which has been going on, with geisha costumes, as well as belly dancing costumes, as well as Native American costumes. I knew what I was walking into. Understand, but I'm entitled to this because these are my roots. I know who I am. I know who I am. I know where I come from. I just so happen to have a family line where the history was still ripe and very much told, right? I'm proud of that. So I'm going to walk in here and no, I'm not Pocahontas. I am Anovia Tebow, the Blackfoot princess. You feel me? And you should have saw specifically a little white girl in my class is the first one to say something to me. What are you wearing? I was taken back. I just had to look at her and I was like, girl, you see it. I had on moccasins up to my knees. Real ones, by the way. I had my hair in nice 2 pigtails. Okay, I got my feather and the tribal markings of my creation. She's like, those markings aren't even of your tribe. Da, da, da. How dare you? She's pointing. She's calling. She calls herself knowing so much and being so. That's cultural appropriation. And she's just now learning this term, knowing that her mother still uses the term nigger behind closed doors, knowing that her mother has told her that we are the ones that steal and connive and probably voted for Donald Trump. But you, because you were on Tumblr and you were riding this new age wave and because you are going against that. By the way, I was informed that she hates her mom. No irony in that. But you, right, it's always those people. I fucking hate my parents, so I'm going to go beyond them, and I am so smart. No, you're not. You just made yourself look like an ass, and now I'm going to destroy you verbally and make you just sad that you ever even spoke that. That's when you're supposed to advocate. It's when you know you're right and someone is preaching something. And if anything, when you're supposed to save someone from themselves. or when you're supposed to save someone else. I had to save this girl from herself. I had to really inform her and really make her feel. I had to get her real small and tell her to go and educate yourself. Do you know about the Louisiana Purchase? Do you know the real story of Pocahontas? Like, it's not just the Disney version. It's a very deep, intriguing story. Do you know these things? I'm Portuguese. I know of only my heritage. Okay, nice. I didn't ask you shit about that because I didn't call you out for being Portuguese. You just called me out for something in which I am and which I was proud to display, not as a costume, but at all times. I'm a turquoise princess all the time. All the time. You know what I mean? I embrace these roots all the time. They go nowhere. But that's the time when we have to advocate, okay? We have to advocate, especially times now when hate is so prevalent. I'm not one to speak about politics, but the man in office is poking at a lot of different people. Yo, we need things from China. Yo, holla at me. My nice long sleeve over here. The tag on the back of it says made in China. Okay, we need a lot of different things, and a border wall of division is not one of them. You need to stop picking on people. I don't know who's going to advocate in that house because he's kicking everybody out the house. So we, the people, got to be the advocates, right? We can't go in there and take over whatever he's doing and to call China and apologize and write them letters like, save us. Like, we don't associate with him. All we can do is come together and do what is right and speak up for one another, because in the long run, that's what builds up an alliance. That's your team, when you speak up your voice. But don't just be loud and yapping and call yourself, what are you doing? You're an appropriator, when you have not been informed. Okay, also, don't let your greed and the ways of this earth, your ego, you know what I mean, make you a nasty person. Listen, be compassionate, and understand that everything in which you love so much can easily be taken away. You know what I mean? Like, communication. It's all about not only how we do it, but it is so necessary. But it's also sometimes necessary. Most of the time, just shut your mouth and listen. Shut your ass up and listen. I've been practicing that too a lot lately. I've been trying to. Especially in a time like this. I'm being tested a lot, left and right. Even when I go to school, I'm like, oh my God, that Togo's today. I just asked you if you were going to charge me more for cheese. You said no. And then you give me a receipt. And on the receipt, it says 75 cents. I'm not tripping off of 75 cents, but don't lie to me. I just asked you, don't leave out things. The communication. You did that on purpose? And all just little tests left and right. And then I have to come back to earth and realize that everybody is feeling some type of way, okay? But there is a time to advocate. Did I yell at him about that cheese thing? No. I was real nice. I said, oh, okay. It was 75 cents for cheese. And he was like, oh yeah, okay, whatever. You might be trying to play me right now, but whatever. There's a whole line full of people behind me, and now they all know it's 75 cents for cheese. You can't play nobody else, So with that being said, happy Monday to everybody. Have a good rest of the night. I like this new video element. I'm looking high. I hope y'all agree. And give love to yourself. Stop being so greed. Stop being so it's just me, me, me. Listen, advocate, but do your research before you do so, because you might be putting gasoline on a match fire. I love you always. Spread love, spread light, spread knowledge, and keep your juice sweet, baby. Organic honey only. Bye. All right, ladies and gentlemen and ladies and everyone in between, thank you so much for tuning in with MC Anovia T, brought to you by Future Octave Radio, iHeartRadio, bringing you the sweetest juice always with the sweeter the juice.